to our corporates. Today we are discussing on a comprehensive learning module on the SEBI ESG Bonds Framework 2025 through FAQ on SEBI ESG debt securities. So the first question, what are the ESG debt securities as per the SEBI circular, SEBI latest circular 2025? So the answer is ESG debt securities includes green bonds, social bonds, sustainability bonds, and sustainability linked bonds, SLBs, as defined under Regulation 2(1) OA of SEBI NCS Regulations 2021. NCS means non-convertible securities regulations. So these bonds must align with the international ESG framework adopted for Indian conditions. What is the difference between green bonds, social bonds, and sustainability bonds? So the answer is green bonds. Green bonds for environmental projects, already regulated by SEBI. Social bonds for social products like healthcare, affordable housing, MSME finance, etc. And sustainability bonds combine both green and social objective into single bond issuance. These are all sustainability bonds. So, green bonds, social bonds, and sustainability bonds. The next question, what are the sustainability linked bonds? SLBs. SLBs are bonds whose financial or structural characteristics, like a coupon rate, vary based on the issuer's performance against the predefined sustainability performance targets, SPTs. SPTs means sustainability performance targets linked to key performance indicators, linked to KPIs. So these are all called SLBs, sustainability linked bonds. Sustainability linked bonds are those whose financial or structural characteristics like a coupon rate vary based on the performance against the predetermined sustainability performance targets, SPTs. So targets are already prefixed and those are linked to KPIs, key performance indicators. These are all called SLBs, sustainability linked bonds. Who can issue ESG debt securities? The answer is any issuer eligible to list debt securities on a recognized stock exchange, including SMEs, can issue ESG debt securities, provided they comply with SEBI's framework and disclosure obligations. So next question, which international standards must ESG bonds comply with? The answer is bonds must align with at least one of the following: ICMA principles, climate bonds standard, Asian standards, European Union ESG guidelines, any Indian financial regulators ESG framework. The next question, what are the mandatory disclosures for ESG bond issuers? So issuers must provide initial disclosures, ongoing disclosures. So initial disclosures are like objectives, use of proceeds, and what are the risks. Ongoing disclosures are utilization reports, impact assessments. These are all ongoing disclosures. Initial disclosures, ongoing disclosures. And also appointment of an independent third-party reviewer and certifier also required, is a mandatory. So these are the mandatory disclosures for ESG bonds, initial disclosures and ongoing disclosures. And what is the purpose washing and how does SEBI address it? That is, purpose washing refers to misusing ESG funds or falsely labeling bonds on ESG. SEBI mandates ongoing monitoring, disclosure of utilization, misutilization, and even early redemption if misuse is discovered. This way, SEBI handles and SEBI address it. Is third-party certification is mandatory for all ESG bonds? Answer is yes. Issuer must appoint an independent third-party reviewer or certifier to ensure alignment with recognized ESG standards and to verify use of proceeds and impact reporting. Can SME issue ESG bonds? The answer is yes. Issuers eligible to list securities on SME exchange can issue ESG bonds, provided they adhere to biannual disclosures requirements and other norms specified by SEBI. When does this SEBI bond circular come into effect? Because this is a very recent circular. This framework is applicable for all ESG bond issuances made on after 5th June 2025, very latest. What qualifies as a social project under SEBI's ESG Bond Framework? The answer is SEBI lists eligible social products such as affordable basic infrastructure like water, sanitation, transport, access to essential services, healthcare, education, affordable housing, employment generation, MSME finance, food security and sustainability sustainable food systems, socio-economic advancement and empowerment. So these are all qualifies as a social project under SEBI's ESG bond framework. The next question, what are the sustainability performance targets, SPIs, in SLBs? SPIs, sustainability performance targets, SPTs, are measurable goals and issuer sets such as reducing CHG emissions, increasing renewable energy usage. The performance against SPTs affects the financial terms like coupon rate of the bond. The next question, what are key performance indicators, KPIs, in SLBs? KPIs are metrics, example, carbon intensity, percentage of women in leadership, used to evaluate an issuer's progress towards its sustainability targets. KPIs must be relevant, must be measurable, and benchmarked. Next question, how is impact reporting handled under SEBI's ESG bond rules? The answer is issuers must report annually on allocation of proceeds, qualitative and quantitative social environmental impacts, underlying assumptions and risk mitigations, external auditor verification of reports. These are all impact reporting handled under SEBI's ESG bond rules. Can ESG bonds be used for refinancing old projects? Answer is yes. ESG bonds can finance or refinance existing eligible projects, but the issuer must clearly disclose the financing versus refinancing split in the offer document. Another question, what happens if ESG funds are misused or the bond is mislabeled? The answer is SEBI requires early redemption of bonds if the misuse is confirmed by majority of the debenture holders. Issuers must also disclose such misuse to investors. Who can be an independent third-party certifier or reviewer? The answer is be an independent of the issuer, have ESG expertise, be a SEBI registered ESG rating provider, or meet ICMA defined rules. Example, second party opinion providers. Another question, what disclosures are needed in the offer document for SLBs? The answer is SLB issuer must disclose rational and linked to business strategy, chosen KPIs and SPTs, tracking methodology, structural changes triggered by achievement, non-achievement, mitigation plans, and fallback mechanisms. These are the disclosures are needed in the offer document for SLBs. What are the SEBI's guidelines to avoid cherry picking in ESG claims? The answer is issuers must avoid hiding negative data, provide balanced disclosures, quantify negative externalities, ensure transparency in ESG claims and reporting. And the final question, is SEBI's ESG bond framework aligned with global standards? The answer is yes. It incorporates and allows alignment with ICMA principles, green, social, SLB guidelines, climate bond initiative, Asian standards, EU taxonomy, Indian regulatory standards as applicable. So these are all the important QLPs, FAQs. These are all frequently asked questions, so the doubts you will get because the subject and the latest circular 5th June 2025. So this is a comprehensive learning model on SEBI ESG Bond Framework. This is based on 5th June 2025. Hope you are clear. We have two channels, RR Corporates and RR Legal Talks. Please do subscribe our channels, RR Corporates and RR Legal Channel, RR Corporates and RR Legal Talks for more updates on corporate laws and SEBI regulations and insolvency and on public issues. Please do subscribe RR Corporates and RR Legal Talks. Thank you.